All right, the first thing I want to talk about is decentralized finance and a website called aave.com. Let's go and take a look at it. You'll be able to see the website at app.aave.com. If you go to aave.com, you should be able to connect your Web3 wallet to this when you open the app. But this is the decentralized finance um, place where you would supply your wrapped Bitcoin and then be able to borrow from it. Now, I have a separate account that's bigger, but I think it's getting big enough to a point where I should not be sharing it publicly anymore, just because of hackers and people that might want to, you know, hurt my family possibly in order to get at it. So I think it's just safer to, not disclose it. But I hope that it doesn't deter away from whether this works or not. Okay, try it for yourself on a small amount, and then keep doing it consistently over time. And I'm going to show you the process of of this. But before I do that, I kind of want to walk you through these. You want to be on version 3. There are different layer 3 type ones. So like you're probably familiar with Ethereum itself, but the fees on there are quite expensive to move things around, so people don't use it as often. Okay, it's just all your funds that you are supplying is all eaten up by fees. So you want to minimize your fees as much as possible, and these are different layers that you can use to do that. I'm familiar with Arbitrum, so that's the one that I will be use. After Arbitrum, if there's a point where maybe the supply fills up and you can't supply anymore, we can talk about it later. If it doesn't work anymore, you can go to Base or Avalanche, maybe even Optimism or Polygon. Okay, and then also maybe BNB chain, and all these other ones I'm not too familiar with, so I will probably shy away, or it'll be a while before I get to them, if I get to that point. Okay, so let's go and go to Arbitrum. Once you connect to Arbitrum and you also connect your wallet, I'm not going to go into nuance on how to connect your wallet to the Coinbase app and all this other stuff. I'm going to assume that you're already familiar with crypto. If not, I'll have to make a separate video. Just comment below that there's a need for that, and I will create that. Okay. But until then, until these there, I'm just gonna go through this so that you guys understand how this works. Okay. You're gonna have to first buy from Coinbase. Okay. You're gonna have to buy Ethereum as gas fees for your wallet and send it to your wallet so you have gas in Arbitrum. After you buy Ethereum, you then buy wrapped Bitcoin. But wrapped Bitcoin is no longer listed here. I mean, it's there, it was there, but you can no longer buy from it. They've delisted it, okay? Mainly because they want to, I think, is that Coinbase wants to do their own Coinbase wrapped Bitcoin, BTC, I believe. Coinbase BTC. I guess it's not released yet, but there's wrapped Bitcoin, wrapped whatever, right? There's all kinds of wrapped stuff. Okay, as long as it's supported on Aave, you should be able to do this. This is the wrapped ETH. I don't see the wrapped Bitcoin. It might have been pulled. I'm not sure. Maybe it's not available. Maybe there's a lawsuit going on. We don't know yet. Okay. Because you can't buy wrapped Bitcoin, what we need to do is to buy USDC first, and then you pick your your wallet you're gonna be buying it from, whether your debit card or whatever. And I'll use debit card because you get the funds instantly, and it's not stuck for like 2 weeks waiting for it to clear. You also want to join Coinbase One and just pay the monthly. I think it's $2.99 for some people. On the higher end. I don't know if I use more or whatnot, but so join the membership so that it helps you from paying the fees here. So, and especially when you buy thousands and you're DCAing or dollar cost averaging every single month or every single day you get paid, or before you pay your bills, use this. Okay. Once you buy that, either 7-day free trial, you can then buy USDC, and I'm going to show you how that is done. So I'm going to go ahead and do maybe I'm just gonna buy a small amount just for now. Let's go with that. I'm gonna buy $5 with it, and then I'm gonna review the order, buy it. I'll get my $5 in here. So once this comes through, I will then send this to my wallet. My wallet address will be here, and I can then copy that address right there, and then I can then send it to it through send crypto. Okay. As soon as that clears, if it doesn't clear yet, you're gonna have to wait. So I will pause this video so that you can see that done. All right, it looks like it came through. So let's say refresh this real quick. There's my $5. So then we're gonna send the crypto to my wallet. We'll send max. Make sure we send it through the Arbitrum network. It's free, and I have my. Actually, that's not my wallet. I want to go send it to this wallet. So let's go back. Send it again. Max to the Arbitrum network, right there. And I'm gonna paste that Coinbase address there, and then I guess that's it right there. And send max. Okay. Then I will verify my stuff, and you're gonna have to do your own signatures, your own verifications, and set that all up. Okay. Once that's done, you're gonna get $5 in your wallet. And it's gonna show up right here. And then before, what we could do is just go ahead and supply it. We're gonna switch the network to Arbitrum, max it out, boom. Sign the signature. Cost you 1 cent. Okay. And now you have $5 here, and then you can borrow up to $4.60 in E mode. Okay. That's if you're only borrowing stable coins. So you're earning 6% there, and if you borrow from it, you would have to pay back 10%, right? I was like, why would I want to do that, right, on my own money? Well, the idea is that you can also do that if you're tight on cash. Is that if you're not borrowing it, then it's gonna earn it. But when you do use it, then yeah, you'll pay a little bit. But thing is that if you had used it directly, it would kill the interest on this. It'll interrupt it rather than having this number compound bigger and bigger to a point where, let's say maybe you have $5,000 or $10,000 and you borrow 1,000 here, pay it back, and this keeps going 20 to 100, and then you pay back 2,000 or whatever it is that you need. Okay. But we're not going to do this because it doesn't appreciate as fast as Bitcoin. So we're going to go ahead and switch this. Okay. And we're going to switch to the wrapped Bitcoin, which is WBTC, max that out. And once you switch to the wrapped Bitcoin, you're able to borrow to 78% of that. Okay. We're going to confirm and sign the transaction. And now you can borrow $3.63. But you're like, well, where's my other $1.30? Well, it's used as collateral in here. It doesn't earn much interest rate, but you now have a Bitcoin that can appreciate and ride with inflation. Okay, so as they print more money, wrapped Bitcoin will also rise with it, and then you'll have more money to borrow. If you need to access the other 30, then you're gonna have to pay back the loan that you have. So now, right now, if I want to pay my bills, let's say I have like $500, or let's do a ratio, and I want to borrow $100, then you borrow from here, right? So since I only have $5, I could borrow $1. Okay, let's say I only need $1 to pay my bills. I have a $1 utility bill. Okay, let's say I have that. So let's borrow $1, and then done. I can then use this and send this back to my Coinbase account. So now I have $1 in here, right there. That's my dollar, right there, USDC. So I'm going to send this back to my Coinbase account, and in order to get that, I need to get my wallet address, receive, and yep, Ethereum. Copy my address, and then go back to my wallet. Send that dollar, max it out. Boom. Put my address back into my Coinbase card, and then send it. Okay. So that 5 now should be reset to 0, and then be reset to 1 because I had spent it already. I had moved it. Let's see. I don't think this is updating as fast. See balance summary. See primary balance. That shouldn't be there. That's already sent out. So $5. We got the +5, we -5, and then we have $1 coming in. Okay. So now the basic thing idea is that now you have an asset that grows while after you're paying your bills. Okay. If you had paid your bill directly, you would not have that Bitcoin to grow at all. And yes, you're paying interest on it, but the interest that is on the asset here grows at between maybe 60 to 90% a year. Okay, so that's why we do what we do. This is the new real estate now. Okay, now things to watch for is the risk factor. As you borrow closer to the 70% threshold, it's gonna get closer to yellow. Okay, right here. This is where you get liquidated. I only borrowed 20% of it so far. If you start to borrow 78% of your collateral, it'll get a little tight. Okay, if you exceed that because the interest accumulated or the price went down, it's gonna force you to sell this collateral balance to pay off this debt. Okay, and then they're gonna charge a 5% fee on top of that. Okay. So they'll take care of you. So I wouldn't worry about debt because it'll satisfy itself. You don't have to make payments on it if you don't want to. You are the bank. You decide when you want to pay, which is why it's so freeing with this banking system. If you had a payment due every single month that you have to pay, or they foreclose on you and they take your collateral, that makes it a little stressful, right? But because you're the bank here, you decide when you pay it. The only time that you have to pay is when this debt reaches that collateral, and then Aave will handle it for you if you aren't responsible in handling it yourself. Okay, so that's how that works. So once you have $1 here moved back into your account, you can then go to your Coinbase card. You can request one of these guys, and then you'll be able to use this to pay your bill. It's a regular Visa card. You get your card number here. You can actually get the actual physical card too. You can set your PIN number, set your ATM, and you can move funds in, back, and out. Okay, and every time you buy things, you get rewards and 0.5% Bitcoin back into your account. Okay. Now, what I do is I actually charge a lot of my stuff on Amazon Prime. I get 5% off that since we use Prime a lot anyway. I also have a grocery card that gives you 5%. And so whenever I'll usually just buy the Bitcoin, borrow it out, and then send it back to my Coinbase, and then withdraw the funds to pay off my credit cards. So you have your bank account link there. You can and then you could withdraw it instantly or standard, whatever is free. And if you have a Chase account, it actually deposits into your account within 3 hours. So it's still fast enough, without having to pay a fee on it. And then after that, pay off your credit cards, and you are good to go. So you get the 5% off at Amazon and at the grocery store, where you have a store credit card with. At the same time, you're earning on that. And then on my checking account, it's basically zeroed out. Maybe with like 50 to 100 bucks on there as balance. And everything that I earn goes straight into Aave as Bitcoin. Okay, and I use what I need, I borrow what I need, and then when I want to pay my credit card off, I always have funds here to pay it off. Okay, all right. So some things to think about is you want to DCA in. So I'm going to talk about here. Maybe I'll put this here, little strategies here. Okay, so what you want to do is dollar cost average in. Is your bill payments. Okay, so when you pay a bill, then you need to go through this process, pay off a bill. If you pay off the bill the week after that, do it again. And then pay off the next bill, and after that, do it again. Instead of putting your whole entire check into it at the same time, if the Bitcoin price drops too much too fast and you haven't paid your bills, it could eat into your ability to pay your bills. And then you might be like, I really needed that money and my Bitcoin value went down, which could happen, right? But if you pay your bills over time, then it's already paid off. You don't have to worry about the due date. It's already done. As it goes down, you can then dollar cost average in and absorb the price movement and then actually get at a cheaper price. And then you have more, and then when it rises back up, then since you bought at a cheaper price, now you have more to borrow from. Okay. So that's how that works in general for someone who knows about crypto, who has been buying crypto for a while, and it's like, man, every time I have to sell my crypto in order to pay my bills, I can never accumulate enough Bitcoin. This is how you do it, okay? And this is how I'm able to, have extra money at the end of the month now and not be stressed out because Aave was there to allow you to have your cake, your Bitcoin or your crypto, and eat it too by borrowing from it. Okay, so it's very powerful. I can't stress enough. But once you try it and it opens your eyes, you'll be like, wow, I need to put my entire account in here, and just keep putting as much as I can. Another thing too, whenever I pay on my credit cards, I actually treat that as that liability that I have as and create an asset out of it. So what I would do is actually I borrow $2, buy another extra dollar of Bitcoin, and then send the other dollar to pay off the credit card. Okay, so that way I know I have an asset growing for every credit card bill I'm paying. Okay, and rather than just generating liabilities and generating liabilities and paying off liabilities, so generate liability here, generate liability here. So why not add another asset here? Since you can borrow $2 and put $1 here and then pay $1 into it, right? The only thing that happens is when you do that is that you have less to borrow. But then it leverages up, and if it rises up, then you have a little more to borrow. But if it goes against you, then it could be detrimental, and it could get you closer to this liquidation faster if you borrow too much too fast. So it's the story of the golden goose, where if you want too much for the goose too fast, you're gonna have to kill that goose and a little bit in order to get more out of it, and then then they'll have less eggs to lay or less money for you to borrow because you have less of an asset now. Okay, hopefully that's helped. Hopefully that's helped you create your own infinite banking system. And the power is in you doing it consistently. Okay, if you don't do this consistently, you do it one time, you're like, hey, whatever. It's not gonna work. Okay, it's not gonna help you. It's because you do it consistently. You constantly put money into this. You constantly grow it. You're gonna have more at the end of the month to pay more bills. You're gonna have a little more, and it starts to build up. It starts to compound, and go from there. So let me just give you a little bit of inspiration here. Uh, Not gonna want to reveal too much, but there it is. There's 42,000 net worth right there. And my half hack was pretty tight, okay, but I never thought I would have anything like this. I used to have a tight a month every single month. Like, where's my next $100 gonna be? I never had more than $1,000 in my account, but to have this much that of net worth, and if I sold everything, that's what I would have today. Is kind of wow to me. Okay, it's like, oh, that's what it feels like, and you go sleep better. Okay. All right. Thanks so much, guys. We'll talk to you then. Goodbye.